I'm Tammy. I'm back. I'm so excited. I'm loving making these vlogs. I just love talking health. Again, I'm a geek like that, but this is Healthy Living 80/80, and we call it 80/80 because we're getting it 80% right 80% of the time. This is healthy living. So we are not robots, we're humans, we're gonna make mistakes. There's times we're just gonna chuck health out the window and we're gonna enjoy a great meal where we are. We're not gonna think about necessarily what we're putting into our bodies. When we talk about healthy living, that's our life, that's a lifestyle. It's not for a specified period of time. It is change. It should be permanent. It should stick. You should want to keep it up. And if you are striving for perfection all the time, then that's going to get exhausting and that's not any fun. And, that's not realistic. It's just not. So 80% right, 80% of the time. That's my way of doing this, and that works for me and it works for my family. And I hope that that's going to work for you too. So today's topic, we've already talked about food dyes, and that was a big one. And so today I was going to talk about 2 or 3 more things to look at on those food labels, but the more I got to thinking about it, I'm going to focus on just one more. I don't want to overwhelm you guys with information, and I have a lot to say about high fructose corn syrup. That is another biggie. That is one, again, when I started this adventure into healthy living, I had a daughter, she was ADHD, and I needed to know what was triggering these behaviors. And in my research, food dyes came up, and so did high fructose corn syrup. So over time, I have eliminated that. It's amazing. It's amazing how much stuff you will find that in. And I mean, I'm talking all the way from, the obvious, the candy bars, the sodas, but your yogurt. You think you're eating healthy, but yogurt, ketchup, jelly, I mean, peanut butter, it's in so many things. Go through your cabinet again. I challenge you. Just go look at everything. Things you don't even think will have it in there. Look, you will be so surprised. So why? Why do we want to avoid it? Corn is good, right? It's natural, it's healthy. No, wrong. And be careful, because some companies will try to label it as natural. It includes all natural ingredients, and that's also something. Don't trust the label. If it says all natural, it might have one all natural thing in it and they can put it on the label. So don't ever trust that it says all natural. Read the ingredient list. Always turn it over and just read it. After a while, you'll get to know what's on certain labels, and you'll know which foods just simply to avoid or which brands to avoid, and it'll get easier with time. But right now, always look at your labels. Don't trust them telling you that it's all natural. So why do we want to avoid it? It's because it is made in a lab. It is not natural. It is not what our bodies were intended to consume. And without getting too sciencey, basically they took the fructose and the glucose, which naturally bond together, and they pulled them apart. And so now they're giving us more of the fructose and less of the glucose, which originally was thought to be better for our bodies. I think this started out well-intentioned, but after time and people consume this, we have found out that it is actually not true, that fructose actually converts directly to fat in our livers. It is a cause of type 2 diabetes. It is now linked to heart failure. It is linked to high blood pressure. There are so many reasons that it is just not good for our bodies. Our bodies can't function in a good, healthy, proper way when we are bombarding our systems with so much of this. And another reason that we want to avoid this is because it is made from corn, which, again, without getting too much into it, we will talk about GMOs at some point. That's not something I want to start you out with, although it is a biggie to me. But corn is genetically modified. 90% of our corn is genetically modified, which means that it was altered in some way in a lab. And so the corn it's coming from isn't even natural anymore. And then in this process of pulling these glucose and fructose apart. There's somehow, again, don't know all the sciencey stuff, but mercury is trace amounts of mercury are getting into this high fructose corn syrup. So we are now consuming mercury when we put that into our body. So many, many reasons to avoid it. And I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I want to say, but that's the gist of it. I just, again, want to give you these digestible chunks. So look at your labels, look for the food dyes, and now we're looking for high fructose corn syrup. If you have any questions, comments, please let me know. I want to hear from you, and I will see you again in the next time. So in the next time, that made a lot of sense. I will see you again next time. Until then, be blessed, be well, and here's to healthy living.